there. Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary. Today on One, NDF canteen in Greenwell closed down. Irongo governor takes on housing shortage in the region. Health Ministry disappoints Okuriangava residents. And Arandis residents lash out at town council.
What was supposed to be a routine operation by Nampol in search of curfew transgressors and illegal shebeen operators soon turned interesting as they came across a shebeen with the owners of the premises claiming it is operated by the Namibian Defence Force. With documents in hand, they say that they are renting the bar to the NDF. Shock and surprise were the only expressions visible on the faces of police officers who asked for a liquor license from a bar owner in Greenwell, Matongo, only to be told that the NDF runs the bar and pays $2,000 Namibian in cash in rental fees every month. At the time of the operation on Saturday evening, the bar was not found operating, but the family provided the police with papers. They classified the establishment as a canteen under the name the Ceremonial BN Canteen, signed by the Defense Ministry and military.
This is the lady who is selling. The member is the owner of the house. And then the person who is renting here is a member of NDF. And this member of NDF, what he did, he gave it this letter. And this letter is indicating relocation of ceremonial battalion canteen. That means this is the battalion canteen which is relocated here. And they said, if the police comes, the bar lady should produce this document. So ceremonial canteen, this one again is Brigadier General Kabungo, ministerial certificate in respect of ceremonial battalion correctional battalion combined club. So this is another document. It is a document that belongs to the Namibian Defence Force, but they are used here in the location. Yeah, somebody is paying rent, is renting this place using this document of the government.
But the canteen is for the NDF.
Yeah, the canteen actually belongs to the NDF. It's the NDF canteen.
To the NDF.
According to the documents, the canteen relocated from Omulunga Street in Hakahana to Alium Street, Greenwell, Matongo in February this year. The woman who owns and lives in the shack with the bar attached claimed that the shebeen has been operating under the NDF for about 2 years.
Ministerial certificate of in respect of ceremonial battalion combined club. This is where I need now the scene of crime. Where are you? Scene of crime. I want you properly to check all this documentation we are going with them. In terms of colleagues, and the Commissioner Kaunda come here. This is something very serious.
The regional commander expressed concern with many shebeen owners providing membership certificates as liquor licenses to the law enforcement, noting that it does not authorize one to operate in the liquor business.
We have seen people that are operating the bars with the license, with the so-called license that are not from the judicial. We have the liquor board that authorize the permit or license to trade liquor, and as you have seen, in some situations, they are not there. So therefore, our performance of duty, we are doing it without fear or favor, and we are going to continue to doing that. without looking into whoever is having a shebeen or that shebeen belongs to who. So what we need really to do is just to ensure that all of us, we comply with the requirement of the law. The application of the law is not applied selectively, but we apply the law in terms of our legal system and our judicial system.
Shikongo ordered that the bar be closed and contacted NDF officials for verification. They confirmed ownership of the shebeen and accompanied him as he visited the place again the following day. Asked for comment, the spokesperson of the NDF told Today on One to simply report what we have witnessed.
Scared of the cold? Don't let colds and flu get you down. Protect yourself with the all-new MVA Immune Booster from FabuFarm. A powerful daily food supplement with just the right balance of vitamins and minerals to help you strengthen your immune system. FabuFarm's MVA Immune Booster is made in accordance with COVID-19 guidelines and offers value for money with a full 30-day dosage. FabuFarm's MVA Immune Booster, now available at all leading pharmacies countrywide.
Did you know FabuFarm's MVA Immune Booster can be claimed from medical aids subject to fund rules and exclusions?
Irongo Regional Governor Neville Andre delivered his first State of the Region address at Swakopmund. The governor emphasized the need for housing and decongestion in the region. The event was attended by various leaders in the Irongo region, as well as the community members, to address past and future issues in the region, such as housing, schools and COVID-19, amongst others. The governor urged the Irongo leadership to commit themselves to service delivery, saying that it is important for leaders to be accessible and proactive in their response to the needs of those that voted them into power.
The people in the region of Irongo complained once more during the town hall meetings to the president that they are struggling to get access to regional, local authority leaders and other public servants in offices, ministries and agencies. This is a very disheartening, as the regional leadership have been mandated by central government to ensure our people in the region benefit from all national development programs and initiatives, as well as designing and implementing responsive interventions and programs by listening to the citizens we have been mandated to lead. It is imperative that all of us in the region realize that we are a proxy of the central government and our bosses are the people of the Irongo region. We are here to work and serve all the people of the region. We must be working on the ground with our people to ensure that national programs are aligned to the needs of our people.
Recently, the Twaloloka informal settlement in Wolfish Bay gained national attention after a massive fire swept through the settlement, destroying many houses and leaving hundreds homeless. The Irongo governor emphasized the issue of decongestion in the region, noting that it is important for residents in the region to have access to housing. He also gave a regional overview of the various housing development projects in the region.
The Caribou Town Council has provided service land to NHE, who are currently constructing 72 residential housing units in Caribou. And in Omaruru, the Omaruru Town Council or Omaruru Municipality constructed 25 single quarters houses and provide partially serviced land to Sheikh Yolas Federation of Namibia, and over 80 houses were constructed. While in Arandis, the Arandis municipality constructed 28 houses under Czech Dwellers Federation of Namibia, and 5 through public-private partnership. The Council has further commenced with the construction of 74 low-cost houses in Omdel, Extension 7, concurrently with construction of basic services, which are all expected to be completed October this year, 2020. A total of 308 errands will be delivered by these projects in Extension 7. An amount of $8 million, $133,454.38 has been expensed during the financial year 2019-2020.
Andre urged local authority councillors to create sustainable partnerships with business entities such as the mining and fishing sectors to address the housing shortage in the region.
Hi, I'm Sam.
I'm also Sam.
Meet my little Sam. Only the best for my Sam.
No two people are the same, so why should their cover be? New personal cover from Old Mutual lets you build the cover that's right for you and your budget. The time is now to get personal cover that's just for you. SMS cover to 66522 today.
Residents of Okuriangava's Ongoye-Pongo have expressed their disappointment with the Health Ministry for alleged negligence after a positive case of COVID-19 was sent back home to self-isolate due to insufficient space in Windhoek's isolation facilities. Martha Kayeya, a resident in the area, revealed that they were alarmed as they lived in close proximity to each other, adding that it was risky that health officials kept a positive case home to self-isolate. According to her, the positive case received his results on Tuesday last week and was only collected on Friday after numerous efforts by community members to get health officials to have the patient moved to an isolation facility.
Uteke ate shuwashi tashioka winoka winga okucha ae po shindo puno maniko corona. So to making sure kucha is true yo kama chuno kwadengerwa ngastoti kwadengerwa meti I think it's Tuesday meti yari kucho kwa maniko corona maro kwa dikanga ache kwa tabutua neke gumbosho aka manikano corona tabutua kwa maniko coronavirus positive. So yetapurane kucha baifene ngengini ayo toka rauri megumbo munie unona punu ushinda tango emba shodiri closer tashiti oshima shetu tirithana oshiro kutuma ontweno o coronavirus positive ei quarantine mwene oshaniko shiponga ina tukwaserenga ngengo no opempura kucha hoziko rukanda runi kucha no korukanda ko simbabasia o kurianga bakeba shukucho kurianga bakoma kuma andona ningenga kuchontungo kuri positive nae aka quarantine oshidigu na ingashimwe bashwa udiwetenga.
Another resident says they are certain that their location has been overlooked and not developed, adding that residents there are at high risk of COVID-19 should one person get infected, as up to 30 people share the same ablution facilities. Others say they have tried but failed to convince their councillor to demarcate the settlement, which has been there since 1990 and not yet developed like the surrounding areas.
We are using one toilet. If one person is affected by coronavirus and we are living 10 in one houses, my sister, I'm telling you, it will be a disaster here. We just need help from the government to come in, investigate what's delaying our location Onyeka number 2. I don't know what's wrong with the location. Why we are staying so long without being resettled like others. You can see on top of this new location between Otoroka and Yokuriangava is not different. You see one of the sheikhs catch fire. As you can see, there will be like 20 houses been burning down. That's our concern. Just like we just want at least the government to look at us as we are also resident of Windhoek.
Urukanda poruri mpono urukanda neno urukujongava urukanda runene ora developa ngane kombinga limanga tope kucho 79 ora pa kudevelopa kombinga ono antu eri mumawumbo noko 79 so tuline pokati ko 79 no 74 ndere otwani ko nkambadaro lihita tukopingane yo kansero yako gika o kansera mbakara eriko olunji bakanga hatu ya pomba pira kuchae akwetu otuno magumbo geri mumwe twapumbwanga amagumbo ga kalenga geri keja hani koma kule kashona ayo kanserita ita pwerunduruko ka pambono ulipo ngao kamwe na okamu nu toilet ane ulipo ngao kamwe na okamu tuli aturongisa nengo ando 30 tarongisa ka toilet akamu ya shono shiri inashini uyo kinga shimefimo jonki.
Today on One reached out to the Health Ministry's Executive Director Ben Nangombe to comment on the matter, but has not received a response.
Share with us on #LearnOnOne. Tell us what you're learning and where you're learning it from. Send us your name and town to the One Africa TV's WhatsApp on 081 200 6659 or send an SMS to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
A group of Arandis residents recently marched to the town council to raise their concerns towards the town council. The group led by Mitan Klai handed over a petition to the Arandis town council whereby residents requested for better service delivery in the town. The Arandis residents recently lashed out at the town council for poor service delivery in the town, as issues such as old housing and poor firefighting services are still not being addressed.
Build houses and make it affordable, or give us land to build our own houses. Compensate community members that experience loss as old structures collapse and fires that destroy their houses. Get us proper refuse bins and let the services be upgraded. Construct a proper fire station and train our youth to be part of staff. Consult community to assist in selection of volunteers to distribute food parcels to vulnerable groups. Property needs to be transferred to new owners immediately as it causes loss to community members.
The residents also questioned the town council about the town being on lockdown with Walvis Bay and Swakopmund local authorities, despite only recently recording their first COVID-19 case. Residents also suggested that COVID-19 cases at the town must be recorded as their own and not as part of Swakopmund.
We, the community, does not agree with the alleged rationale for results to be counted in Swakopmund numbers, as Arandis is locked down as a local authority. If there be an outbreak of COVID-19 similar to Walvis Bay or Windhoek, what are the measurements in place and why are the community not informed? We, the community of Arandis, is unhappy that our town is overlooked. Even recent national high-level delegation compromising of deputy ministers didn't even come visit Arandis to see set up, but impose ongoing lockdown. Who is there to engage us and community about COVID-19 matters on the ground from council side?
The town's chief executive officer Stanley Norris received the petition and promised that the council will attend to it. The council has been given 5 days to respond.
We always love to hear from you. Send us your views, comments and videos with your name and town to the One Africa TV's WhatsApp on 081 200 6659 or send an SMS to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
In other leading stories, The Employment Service Board is considering revising the threshold requirement for employers to register as designated employers from 25 employees to 10 employees to be more inclusive and also extended to the informal sector. The board is empowered to monitor and analyze the labour market developments and advises the minister responsible for labour and employment on legislation pertaining to the provision of employment services. Section 15(2) of the Employment Service Act, Act number 8 of 2011, designates that each employer employing 25 or more employees is a DE. According to the board, formalizing the informal economy is an issue that the country is working towards, adding that the informal sector cannot be ignored as it employs a large part of the labor force. The board revealed this when it met with Minister Utali Nuyoma last week, where the board appraised him on issues related to DEs and the informal economy, compliance by the Public Sector Act, and the issuance of work permits. Among the reasons considered to revise this requirement for DEs is for employees, even at the informal level, to be issued with pay slips in order to help them with claims at the Social Security Commission, as well as for tax purposes to see whether they meet the requirements. The board has given all government offices, ministries and agencies through the Public Service Commission a deadline until the end of September 2020 to ensure that they are registered with the Employment Services Bureau. Currently, not all public institutions are fully compliant. Employers who employ more than 25 employees are required by the Act to register as DEs with, as well as report vacancies to the ESP.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. The recently announced curfew came into effect at 8 p.m. on Thursday last week, and the national law enforcement took to the streets of the capital to patrol and warn the public that lawbreakers of this two-week law will not be tolerated. Trika said Namibians should adhere or else the liquor license should be suspended for a while. Mariam said the officers should deal with them as they are leaving government with no choice but to introduce the restrictions. Ashwida said Walvis Bay residents have been adhering to the regulations since the lockdown started in March. Semi said that Shikongo is a charismatic leader who engages the public with respect, and other law enforcement officers should learn from him. Daria said Namibians should buy their alcohol and go drink at home. Featuring said in the end authorities are blamed for taking legal action. The Minister of Justice Yvonne Tauseb clarified last week that the only movement to be allowed during curfew hours is by essential workers. This comes as the government confirms community transmission in Windhoek Local Authority after weeks of increases in COVID-19 cases. David asked whether the virus only spreads between 2000 hours to 5 o'clock in the morning. Becky said security officials should not use force and assault civilians. Becky said essential workers should also stay home after 8 p.m. for everyone to be safe. Hiram said Rehoboth and Okahanja have minimal cases and should not have been included with Windhoek. As for those that commute for work, they could be tested at the roadblocks. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day or only on Today and One.
One day we went to I think it's the opening of Oshakati Stadium. Then I was a lead singer there. Then this DJ Remind came to me. I was like, "Hi, don't you want to be a solo artist?" I said, "What is solo?"
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is DJ Siam Brahmasgrim Kwampiri Perez Kampuka. Please return from the might of this region.
Happy Friday, what's up? Easy Friday, happy Friday.
Abdallah is joining us in the hot seat.
She said it right. She said it right. She said it right.
Welcome to the tribe.
Thank you so much.
Hi to Holland, Namibia. Welcome to the tribe on One Africa TV. My name is Shay the Goddess, and I keep you company every Friday along with some of Namibia's biggest artists right here on this platform.
Gareth Bale was brilliant for Real Madrid, worth all of the 100 million euros the club paid for him. If you talk to me about what it means to finish second rather than third or fourth, I think second place is still first among the losers. It might be suggested Chelsea is still counting the cost. After scoring 107 goals on the way to the 2017 Ligue 1 title, Monaco managed just 40 from 28 games when last season was called off. History is written by the winners. That is what is remembered. The three most expensive transfers in Barcelona history are shaping as disasters. Injured more often than not, Ousmane Dembele and on loan Philippe Coutinho have had minimal impact. Struggling Antoine Griezmann has hardly been worth 120 million euros. Right now, they are costly mistakes by Barcelona. And this is the Football Review.
I look at the weather forecast. First, an advisory from the Windhoek Met Office. Cold conditions are expected in the south, central and eastern regions with frost at places tomorrow, so please do take the necessary precautions. The Namibia interior partly cloudy and cold in the south with a few showers in the Clarus region. Elsewhere sunny, mild but warm to hot in the north. The coast partly cloudy and mild to warm with a few showers in the extreme south, and the wind light to fresh southerly to southeasterly. Now we look at minimum and maximum temperatures across the country and beyond.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of 700 Club Nigeria. Today on 700 Club Nigeria, a woman encounters inexplicable pain after the delivery of her baby. An interesting chat with the Israeli ambassador to Nigeria. Plus, we learn about the power within our spoken word.
My portion in the land of the living.
Help me sing. Dance for me.